In the previous class, we had discussed about what are acids and base and their properties. So now here we will discuss about how acids and base react. So we had discussed how acids react with metals and metal carbonates. So here we will see how acid and base react with each other. So an acid reacts with a base to form salt and water. So when acid reacts with base, we get salt and water, and this type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. So acid reacts with base to give salt and water, and this type of reaction is called neutralization reaction, because here acid and base, they cancel out each other's effect. When acid reacts with base, they cancel out each other's effect, and that is why salt is formed, and it is called neutralization reaction. For example, we can take hydrochloric acid. This is an acid, hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide, NaOH. When they react with each other, they cancel out each other's effect and they form a salt which is known as sodium chloride, NaCl. A salt is formed that is known as sodium chloride along with the water. Similarly, when H2SO4 is also an acid, reacts with another base, that is potassium hydroxide, we get another salt, that is potassium sulfate, K2SO4, along with the water. So salts are the compounds. These are formed as a result of neutralization reaction. When acid and base reacts with each other, as a result of neutralization reaction, the salts are formed. And the term salt means we are thinking the table salt that we eat in our daily life, in our food item. So that is the not only salt we are having. In science, salts are those compounds which can be formed by neutralization reaction. So any compounds which is formed by the neutralization reaction, that is termed as salt in science. But the table salt is also a kind of neutralization product which we use or which we eat in our food. So neutralization reaction means when acid reacts with base, they produce salt and water, and the acid and base, they cancel out each other's effect. That is why that type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. And neutralization reaction, this has many applications in our lives. For example, indigestion, insect stings, acid rain. So we will discuss first of all indigestion. So indigestion means sometimes our stomach, we know that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid to digest the food. Sometimes due to irregular eating or eating junk food, there is more acid produced in the stomach which causes acidity. So that time we take medicines that is called antacids. So antacids contain a base, that is magnesium hydroxide, which neutralizes the excess acid generated in the stomach. So the hydrochloric acid that is used for the digestion of food, and our stomach produces hydrochloric acid to digest the food. But due to the irregular eating, or every time when you are eating the junk food and all, so more acid is produced in the stomach. That time this causes, the more acid causes acidity, and to cure acidity we are taking antacids. So antacids can be taken, that antacids contains base like magnesium hydroxide, which neutralizes the excess acid. So that is why we can get the relief. So this is another example you can take, that suppose you are at home alone and you are not able to go to outside to get the antacid which is not present in your home. So that time you can do one thing, you can also use the baking soda. Baking soda is also a base. So baking soda may be present in everybody's house in the kitchen. So you can use the baking soda also to cure the acidity, because it also contains base, but in a more amount when we are every day when we are eating the junk food and all. So the amount of acidity, the intensity of acidity is also higher. That time we need antacids which contain base like magnesium hydroxide. Next is insect stings. So when insect like ants and honeybees sting, they inject an acid into our skin. So this acid causes pain and swelling. So the acid is neutralized by rubbing the skin with baking soda or calamine solution, which is basic in nature. You might have heard the word calamine solution is used when insect bite or sting us, because it contains base. Or we can use the baking soda also to rub it, because when the insect bite or sting us, they releases some acid into our skin which causes pain and swelling. So to cure from that or to get relief, we can use baking soda or calamine solution, which are basic in nature. Next is acid rain. So due to pollution, sometimes the rain becomes acidic. So the acid rain falls on the soil and makes the soil acidic. Acidic soil is not fit for the growth of the crops or the plants. The excess acid in the soil is neutralized by adding slacked lime, which is calcium hydroxide. We are adding calcium hydroxide or the slacked lime to neutralize the excess acid which is present in the soil because of the acid rain. So the neutralization process, it has many applications in our lives. It is very helpful for us. So now we will see the uses of acid and bases. So here you can see sulfuric acid is a very important chemical, very important in chemical industry because it is known as the king of chemicals. Sulfuric acid, it is known as the king of chemical, and its common name is also known as oil of vitriol because it is used to make fertilizers, drug, paints, fibers and other chemicals. So that is why it is known as the sulfuric acid is known as the king of chemicals. It is also used as solvent in the automobile batteries. Then hydrochloric acid is used in making other chemicals, and it is also used as cleaning agent for sinks and drains. To clean the sink and drain, hydrochloric acid is used. Nitric acid is used to make fertilizers and explosives. For making fertilizers and explosive, nitric acid is used. Acetic acid is used in chemical labs, and due to the solution of dilute solution of acetic acid, that is called vinegar. So we are using vinegar that is present in the kitchen also. It is present, it is used as a food preservative. So that dilute solution of acetic acid, that is called vinegar. It is used in making food and also as food preservative. Next is uses of bases like acids. Many bases are also very useful to us. Ammonia is used extensively to make fertilizers. It is also used as household cleaning agent. Then sodium hydroxide is known as caustic soda. Sodium hydroxide is commonly it is known as caustic soda, and it is used in making paper, soaps, detergent. It is also used as common base in lab, which is known as caustic soda, sodium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide and aluminum hydroxide are used in making antacids. These are used in making antacids. That is also known as milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide. Then calcium hydroxide is used in whitewashing. It is also used to treat acidity of soil and in making pesticides. So like acids, some bases are also there which are very useful for us, and these are the uses of acids and bases. So now we will see more about salts. We already know that the salts are made from acids and base. One part of salt comes from the acid and the other part comes from the base. So most of the salts are solid. Many of the salts are soluble in water. So solution of these salts are good conductors of electricity. So that is why now we can now we are able to know more about salt, that salts are mostly salts are solids. Many salts are soluble in water, and these are good conductors of electricity. So we can say that the few salts are very useful for us. Sodium and potassium salts are necessary for the proper functioning of our nervous system. So we normally consume sodium chloride in our diet. The table salt or the salt which we are using in our daily life or in our food item, that is actually sodium chloride. That is actually sodium chloride we are consuming. So sodium carbonate is also called as washing soda. Sodium carbonate is known as washing soda. It is added to the detergent to improve their cleaning action. So sodium bicarbonate is used as baking soda in cooking. It is also used in fire extinguisher. We are using baking soda for baking and all. So that is our sodium bicarbonate. Potassium nitrate is used in making firewoods and gunpowder. Copper sulfate is used in making electroplating of the copper. So this is all about the salts. Here you can see, from here you can learn many important salts are given and their uses are given. So this is all about uses of acids, base and few salts. So you have to learn them, and the next class I will give you the question answer. You will write and learn them.